Oh, hi. Sorry.
Hi, hello. Oh God, the sun is in my.
All right. Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, August the 20th
I
of
don't know where that Tuesday comes from.
Tuesday.
Tuesday and
Did
Thursday.
you see it? All right. Anyway. It's that Tuesday of August 20th, the year of our Lord 2019.
The year of your Lord, 2019.
The year of somebody's Lord
The year
2019.
of the Dark Lord, 2019.
Yes. All right.
It's like
yes.
it's
Okay.
day 20.
29 or 30. We'll have to look at the old. Good God. All right, hang on.
We're so good at this.
You know what? We're gonna sort this out. Hold on.
Okay, well, while he does that,
Yep, while I'm
general
sorting
health
it out.
update. I'm doing well. My belly button is still coming out a little yellowish.
30.
This is 30?
Yep.
Okay. This is 30. Wasn't that a movie? This is 40. This is 40.
40-year-old
Anyways,
virgin.
Maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know. I don't watch movies.
I know somebody at work. Okay. So, not 40 yet.
Oh. Don't.
No.
So, belly button's still a little yellow. I'm going to see my doctor tomorrow, Dr. Shirazi, to see what's going on. She probably will prescribe me antibiotics.
I still love that name.
I know.
Dr. Shirazi!
Dr. Shirazi. She's so nice.
Yeah.
She is, she's very smart and but not arrogant about it. So she just talks to you like a regular person, but uses all these fancy terms. And what was really cool is I was describing how my belly button exploded and how the cyst like leaked everywhere. And she was like, asking me to describe what the liquid looked like, and I said that it was gloopy, and she was like, I have never heard of that before. And I was like,
But she
oh.
knew what you meant.
I feel like I also said this before. So anyways, I have this habit of repeating things because my memory is bad. Yeah. So anyways, really cool doctor. I think we have talked about this because
Yeah, we have.
She was a
She
general practitioner, I would want her to be my GP.
Exactly, yeah.
No offense intended towards our current one. But anyways,
Yeah. So
gonna go sort that out and see what happens.
So that's tomorrow, right?
Yes,
okay.
that's tomorrow.
And then today, you had to try to
Well, no, you give your general health update.
Oh,
and then
yeah, I'm
I'll-
fine.
And then
Like
that's it?
Pretty much.
No,
yeah.
you tried something new today.
I did try coffee, but that's later on in the day. And yeah, it was fine. It gave me a little bit of energy, but like it also kind of heated up my stomach a little bit. So I was like, that one sip was enough. I'm gonna stop.
It was just a sip.
Yeah, it was just the sip.
Just the tip?
Just the sip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I can't get pregnant off of it, right?
No.
Oh, okay, great. But yeah, so you had to sort out our diet while dealing with jury duty.
So yeah, y'all. For those of you who have never served Judy Dury. I can
with
speak.
Judge Judy on her Judy Dury.
Oh, see, I would have liked to serve on that panel.
Oh God, right?
Anyways, I had jury duty today. For those of you who have not had jury duty in California before, like I have not.
I haven't either.
I still don't know what it's like because I didn't get picked for a panel today. Woo! So, but basically, here's kind of what happened. So when I got my summons, I did the online orientation, which meant that I didn't have to show up today at 8 o'clock. I got to show up at the courthouse at 9:30, which is the latest I've ever shown up for any job ever. It's always before 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But anyways, showed up for this 9:30 at the Clara Shotridge. I almost said medical center. It's like Justice. I forget what it stands for, but anyways,
yeah.
it's a courthouse downtown where a bunch of famous murder trials have happened. O.J. Simpson, Phil Spector, the doctor who allegedly killed Michael Jackson. Lots of famous murder trials. Anyways, so you get there, you sign in. I thought that I would be able to not be able to bring in my protein shaker with my protein for the day in it
Right.
because the day is basically 9:30 until whenever they release you, but probably close to like 4 or 5 is what they said. So what I did instead is I brought my bottle of Isopure. So that I could drink that throughout the day.
Right.
And then I brought my small 2 ounce container of Greek yogurt. So when I got there, you have to go through a metal detector, and yeah, they don't allow glass bottles in the building.
Yeah.
So I had to turn over my Isopure bottle, and basically they said when you have lunch break, you can come back and get it and take it outside. You can't have it inside the building. So that was a little alarming
Yeah.
because I need that protein. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm basically surviving off of
Water.
a quarter cup of Greek yogurt that I had for breakfast, and basically I drank like 38 ounces of water.
Right.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I need that so bad. The way that it works is you sign in, you give them your summons that you filled out ahead of time. You give that to them, and then you go sit into a room. You have your juror badge. And basically, throughout the course of the day, whenever they need a jury for a trial, they call in, I think it's up to 50 people for jury selection, which, because I watch a lot of legal shows, is called voir dire. And in the voir dire process, I only know what happened on TV because I, again, was not called in for a panel for this jury duty. So basically, you wait and they call out call out names. That group of people then goes to a courtroom, and basically they go through the voir dire process. After you finish that, you're supposed to come back to the room because if it's your first day in the jury room, you may get called to a different courtroom.
Yeah.
So you might be serving on or asked to go through the voir dire for a couple of different possible trials. So anyways, I didn't have to do any of that. I just basically sat on my butt, sat on my ass for 6 hours. And if you can do the quick math, I got there at 9:30, and basically there were 5 different panels called. I wasn't called for any of them. And then at around 3:30, 3:45, the person comes into the room who's been announcing the names and is like, "Good news, everybody! Your service
You're
is done."
Yeah.
So basically, I have served my duty. Jury. I keep saying Judy.
Judy
Why,
duty.
Why do I keep saying Judy? That
I
makes
don't know.
no sense. I've served my jury duty for this 365 days. So that's wonderful. The last time that I was called that I had a jury summons, I called in the first day. They said, you're not serving the next day. And then I called in the next day and they were like, we don't need you. So
Bye.
it's really cool because this is the first time I think that not being picked is
A good
winning.
thing. Yeah.
It's winning. I mean,
so
listen, it reminded me a lot of kickball. Just kidding. I have sturdy Korean legs. I was always picked.
So
Usually
okay.
towards the end. But anyways, this is just, I'm winning today. I basically got there expecting to go in really early and be, put on a jury. And I was like, I don't want to do that. His friend was like, oh my God, he should get on a jury panel though, because then he'll get paid.
I've actually had several people tell me that today.
I don't want $15 an hour
Yeah.
when I have medical
I
appointments
honestly
that are
think
helpful.
it's like a day, actually.
I mean, and look, some trials last. They say that the average trial on the jury summons lasts 5 to 7 days. So, and that's business days, not
Calendar
weekdays.
days. Yeah.
But anyways, the only other notable thing about that is that it was resolved. The protein stuff was resolved because basically at lunch I had emptied 2 Propel water bottles of water by drinking it. And then I went outside when I got my Isopure bottle back and I poured the Isopure into those 2 bottles.
Yeah.
So basically I was able to get my Isopure in. I did come home and have another, 10 ounces so that I could make up my protein for the rest of the day. But yeah, it was really chill, good people watching. There were some very interesting people there, all different races, all different ages. I sat in the middle of this row. There were 2 seats on either side of me that were open. And basically this guy, this like tall Logan Paul looking motherfucker came in and sat right down next to me And I was like, the fuck? And he immediately went to sleep, and he was breathing like this.
Oh God, no.
And it was like airplane
Yeah.
flashbacks, because you're like, have you ever been? I was on a flight from New York to LA. This
Yeah.
guy, which is about, what, 6 hours or something?
Yep.
This guy sat down next to me. He spread out. He had both of his arms on both of the armrests,
Yeah.
and he put on the hangover, had his headphones in. He turned my way while he was asleep, and he was breathing what smelled like Las Vegas Strip, 4 a.m., drunk as fuck, already thrown up 3 times,
Oh, God.
and definitely ate out like some disgusting oil-ridden food to try to compensate for the massive amounts of drinking that he had had.
So on that point,
So awesome.
I wanna start an interview for our viewers.
Okay.
So why exactly did you not do the medical exemption when you were probably perfectly able to maintain your diet on its status quo?
That's a great question, Mr. Miller.
I know, God damn it!
And we love great questions.
Yeah,
it's
we do.
really important that everybody gets a chance to ask questions, because questions
Jesus.
deserve answers.
Oh God,
and
he's
my
running for
answer.
office.
No, I was trying to do the Adam West from.
I know.
Okay.
I swear to God.
The reason
We
I
miss
didn't.
you, Adam.
The reason R.I.P. The reason I didn't do the medical exemption is because, as I mentioned previously, I would rather get jury duty over with. Now I don't have to do it for 365 more days. If
But-
I had pushed, I might have had to do it, and then actually might have gotten put on a jury panel. So I would
But
rather.
you would have had more eating options. Is that not true?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so
This hard-hitting reporting.
Dateline, call me. No, so
Call me, maybe.
yeah.
But anyways, the whole experience was.
So you did get your protein in.
I did get my protein in.
You got your water in.
I definitely got my water in.
Both of us have missed our juice for the day.
I mean, listen.
So-
we just got told by the surgeon's office person that basically, like, going forward, we need to be on a low carb, low fat, low calorie diet. And the juice that we have anyway is unfortunately a little high in carbs. So I'm fine missing the
It's
juice.
fruit juice, folks.
But that's what I'm saying, is like, I can get liquids in another way.
But this is the other thing that I'm telling you, is that if you don't get a certain amount of carbohydrates per day, you will go into ketosis and you will have to deal with that keto flu again.
No, I understand.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying that there's other ways that I can get the carbs without, but going
Yeah.
as high as the fruit
Well, you
juice.
got the diet cranberry juice. Have you tried it yet?
I have not tried it yet.
Okay, we're going to try that tonight. We'll report back.
Or whenever. But yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to have it tonight.
Okay.
We're going to have it tonight.
I might have a popsicle instead of sugar-free popsicle.
I may pour it down your gullet. No, I'm just kidding.
This is
I may
domestic.
pour it down your gullet.
This is domestic violence. We got a pamphlet
for that.
Okay,
yeah.
listen. I don't know if this is still true, but when we applied for domestic partnership a number of years ago, as part of the fee that you have to pay, because it is like a marriage license where you pay a fee.
Yeah.
As part of the fee, we had to pay a little bit extra.
It's
So
actually quite a bit extra
so that-
compared to So basically, there's two sets of folks that can file for domestic partnership. There's the LGBT folks, and then there's folks that I think are like over 65 that have been like living in the same residence
law
for
marriage.
like a certain amount of time and all this other stuff. So like they pay like a stupidly low fee, right?
We're not lawyers, by the way.
And
This is
then-
not legal advice.
Yeah, no, but like, so the old folks that, just happen to be shacking up, like they pay, this stupidly low fee. And then, basically we pay the fabulous tax on ours. And so, but what we were told is that the money that is the difference ends up going for domestic violence education as part of the, LGBT community. And so, yeah, no shit, we got the certificate and everything that we, have framed now finally and everything. And like, and
Did we frame it?
yeah, it's in the office.
Is it?
You did it.
Oh, did I?
Or
See,
maybe
I
your
told
sister
you.
did it.
My
I don't
memory
know.
is just, it's not.
Actually, no. I
it's
think
not-
I think your sister or your mom did it when they were cleaning in there. They found it and they were like, "We're gonna put this in a frame," and I'm like, "Sure, whatever."
It clearly means a lot to us.
It is. It's right in our heart. Anyway, so, but yeah, and then no shit. They gave us this pamphlet that was like, don't beat each other.
I mean, listen, domestic violence and LGBTQ plus relationships is no joke.
Yeah,
like it
no,
is
it's
in
not.
other kinds of relationships.
Right.
I mean, it is very serious. We only
Right.
make light of it because, one, we had to pay the fabulous taxes, Adam
Correct.
calls it, and all the education that we got was a pamphlet.
Yeah.
A pamphlet.
Yeah.
Do you think that we read that pamphlet?
Yes.
Yes, we did. But I'm just
Because
saying,
we paid for it. God damn it. But
mean,
yeah. So the thing is
it just
that
makes it's like
it's hilarious, folks.
like it's almost I would almost better it would almost be better if the education money was put towards like go to a domestic partner, domestic violence education class or support group or something
Nah.
where you actually learn something.
Nah.
I mean,
I honestly, and the pamphlets were probably like 3 years old. They're just collecting dust somewhere anyway.
shut up, stupid. See, we didn't read the pamphlet. We got you. We didn't read the pamphlet.
Exactly.
Shut up, stupid.
But yeah, so.
Now you say it back to me.
I ain't stupid.
No.
You stupid or something? Anyway, give me your phone. I gotta turn the lights
Are
on.
you as stupid?
Oh, screw it. Hey, Google, turn on the living room lights. Alright, so anyway. Okay, so.
Well, whatever. You said it to some British dude.
I did. Yeah.
Mine's an Australian lady.
Yeah. He's got the Aussie lady.
She's very classy.
Yeah. She's like, fine, I'll turn on the living room lights, cunt. But that would be more traditional Australian.
Jesus. You know that my family friend Bev is probably watching this, and it's probably like, but I'm Australian and I don't say that dirty language.
She doesn't?
No.
Oh! Well, Beth, if you are watching, I'm sorry.
Not Beth, Bev.
Bev? Shit.
Ooh, she gonna get mad at you.
Oh,
Anyways,
God. All right. Well, I'm on everybody's shit list today. So,
sounds
yeah.
about right.
Basically, my day was not nearly as eventful. Work still sucks. I did finally
You
get...
are just putting all your business out there in the street.
Yeah, pretty much.
What if your coworkers watch this and they're like, "Oh, it's shit." Oh, it's
I
shit.
do have one coworker that watches it, but he knows the score. He knows what's happening, don't you, Mike?
You are just telling all these tales out of school, and it's just...
Hey,
It's like you want our health insurance to evaporate.
No, God, no. Honestly, it's one of those, like, seriously, I could drive a dump truck into the CEO's office and dump a whole thing of manure on his desk, and I still probably wouldn't get fired.
Yeah, I've heard your CEO is very nice.
Yeah, well, that and the other thing is he has no idea who I am. So...
How do you know?
Oh, well, I just assume, but... I usually assume
Well,
that
you know what
nobody
happens.
knows who the hell I am.
You know what happens when you assume things.
Yeah. Anyway, but
No follow up on that.
No, I was trying to think of something witty and it just didn't happen. I'm too hungry. Basically,
And the joke died.
yeah, DOA. It's just down
No,
the
it was not DOA.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yep. It arrived for my comeback and it just died right there on the scene.
Well, that's not DOA.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It arrived at my ears and then it just died. Anyway, okay, so, but yeah, I did finally get.
This is why we needed the pamphlet.
Yeah, I did finally get information, the beginnings of the information from the CISO, for my part-time security work. So that was kind of the highlight of the day. Um, you know, but yeah, the rest of it is just, like, I won't go into too many specifics, but I can almost guarantee you that everybody out there is going to know somebody that I'm going to be describing. But
An energy vampire?
pretty much. No,
What We Do in the Shadows, FX.
Yes, watch it seriously.
What we do in the shadows. Oh, that makes me want spits.
But yeah, so oh god, right? But yeah, so basically, my workplace tends to have, folks that uh, most likely appear to be overworked. Whether they are or not is not up for me to judge, but if it was, I would probably say no.
It's not up for me to judge.
But I've already done it,
this.
so here we go. No, it's one of those, it's one of those things that there's a great deal of people around me that are kind of just skating by, and like I got into a conversation with some of my InfoSec friends today that, kind of a PSA for everybody out there. If you are ever called a rock star, or I'm gonna give you this award because you're so awesome, you're about to get shit on, real quick.
What?
Yeah.
By who?
The upper management.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, there was like one guy that was like, yeah, I got, they were like, oh, by the way, we're gonna fly you first class to New York, for this business trip. And yeah, it was not a good business trip.
Oh.
So long story short, humans are still humans. They're going to try to butter your bread, one way or the other. So, just keep that in mind. And honest to God, take care of yourselves. I have a coworker who shall remain nameless that, is now, dealing with some decently serious, health issues. And, he was, perfectly healthy before the start of this project. And it's, it's one of those things where, him and I both just don't create the boundaries necessary to, maintain ourselves. Like, not to be a bit dramatic or what's the wrong word, morbid, but honestly, if you died tomorrow, that place would replace you in a week. So you have to take care of yourself. That is the number one goal.
I don't believe that I think that the majority of work is not worth the sacrifice of your health.
Correct.
Maybe there are some out there that are worth it.
Yeah, honestly,
nothing that I've done so far, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like we have a friend of ours that, like works at NASA, and like some of the stuff that he most likely works on, like honestly, I could see putting in some extra effort, like, because a crap ton of, the technology that we take for granted today, came about because of the space program.
Cell phones.
Yeah, and so it's like, it's one of those things where, yes, if you're doing stuff like that, and you have the ability and the drive, go ahead and put in the extra mile. It's one of those things where it's like, if you're just kind of pushing paper, fixing random software bugs that nobody really, or, they're not going to test it anyway after you fix it, then, honestly, who cares?
Pot, kettle.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was talking about myself.
Okay.
I was talking about myself. I'll freely admit.
I just feel like it's a hard lesson to set work-life boundaries or professional personal boundaries, and it's up to everyone to decide what those are for them. For some people, it doesn't make a difference whether those boundaries blur or they're very light.
Yeah.
But for other people, like the coworker you're speaking about, these can, not having these boundaries or not figuring out ways to create healthy habits, unfortunately, sometimes can drive you into bad health.
Right.
And, I know that we both have had negative health effects because
Oh, yeah.
of work that we've done.
Yeah,
That
we'll do
our
that in a
devotion
whole
to
nother
work.
video.
Yeah,
But
it's something that we're still learning and we're still figuring out, and everybody just has to figure it out for themselves. But I think the cool thing about the surgery, we keep harping on this, but the cool thing is it's given us a new opportunity to
Right.
live our lives.
Right.
And the idea that these work-life boundaries can be firm, they can be, basically thought of as necessary in our lives. I think that's really important.
Yeah,
And the
because
surgery allows that to happen because it basically says, like,
you get an excuse.
I mean, you get an excuse, but also, like, it's just reframing your brain to say, like, I used to prioritize that, and then this
Now
happens.
this is the priority.
And now that I've reframed everything, I'm thinking about it in a different way. That opens up the opportunity for you to think about how to change some of these, old habits that you had that maybe did result in some negative health effects. So I think the surgery is not just great for your body. It's not just a tool to help you lose weight, just a tool to help you get confidence or to, address health issues. But I think it's primarily, on the emotional end, meant to help you figure out how to live your life better. And we're starting to live our lives better. I'm one of the other cool things that happened for me today, if I can just brag a little bit about it, is basically I had a job where I had to, a temp job where I had to dress up every day for work. They expected somewhere between business casual and business formal. So I didn't have to wear like a suit jacket, but I had to wear like slacks and like, a button-up shirt. Kind of like what you do at your work. So anyways, because of my weight, I was wearing a lot of your shirts because none of mine fit anymore. I was wearing some of both of our pants that we had. There was a specific pair of khakis that you were wearing, and then I was wearing, and anyways, I tried those khakis on today. I didn't have to squeeze into them like a sardine in a can. I also, because I would not usually wear belts because they're too restrictive, and I never find ones. I'm always in that weird place between like, well, I can have a super long one that like I basically have to wrap around my still fat body, or they're too short, or the rungs don't fit. So anyways, that belt, which I found at my, lower weight when I was still big, I could only fit into the second from the end rung from the beginning of it. So I was like basically squeezing myself into this, and it was just, I was squeezing myself into the pants, squeezing myself into the belt. Well, the pants fit better, and the belt, I'm actually, instead of being 2 from the beginning, I'm actually 2 from the end.
Yep, that's what happened to me.
So, and the pants are like big on me now.
Yeah.
And the shirt is a little big on me now.
Yeah.
So, and usually, I'll be honest, I usually wear, with these, button-up shirts, I usually wear a cardigan of some kind because I'm trying to cover up the rolls on the side. My spring, summer, and autumn rolls. But today I didn't wear it. It was a little uncomfortable because I'm used to having something covering up that part of my body. But I was fine. I'm so afraid of the judgment, and I'm so afraid of the like being mocked or made fun of, that I basically overheat myself by wearing multiple layers of clothes just to like make myself feel better. Well, today, and I'm not saying this is going to be the cure all end all, I'm confident forever now, but today it was fine. I wasn't doing a lot of stuff where I had to like walk around in front of people or anything like that, which is also another anxiety thing that I have. But I think the cool thing was I got to do that today because of the surgery. So yeah, I might not have lost, 50 pounds by now since I had the surgery, but I'm starting to feel better in my own skin. I'm starting to wear clothes that didn't necessarily fit me before, but fit me better now. I'm starting to feel more confident in those clothes that I'm wearing. And it's just, it's very weird because I posted a picture on Instagram and basically my sister was like, "Oh my God, you have cheekbones. I see you." And she did the eyeglass emoji. Um, it's weird because like that is a compliment. Like, "Oh, you have cheekbones and I can see them." I mean, you can't really see them now, but because I'm hiding them. But like it is a compliment, but I think we should also do another video on like what it's like going forward and how people talk to you about your weight after the surgery. Because like on the one hand it's very flattering, but on the other hand it's like it makes me more self-conscious when you say certain things. And I'm not saying that was necessarily one of them, but like I've seen other sleevers who talk about like losing a bunch of weight and then they're like, actually now I'm more self-conscious about my body than I was before. Like before, when they were a certain weight, a larger weight, they would just be like, I'm wearing whatever I want. I don't give a F about anything. I don't care. I don't know why I said F. Like I never say that. But anyways, I don't give a fuck about anything. But now that they're skinnier, they're attracting more attention from people, both friends, family, and then also romantic possible interests. And so some of that is unwelcome. And so they're finding that they're actually covering up more now, not just because they're cold, but it's almost like it flipped. And so instead of being confident in their size, they're less confident in their skinniness. So anyways, we can talk about that more on another video, but I just wanted to say like, bringing it around to the sleeve surgery stuff and how it's impacting our lives, like that was just it's just really nice to like get opportunities like that to feel good about yourself when you haven't maybe for a while.
And that's the thing is that I ended up wearing basically all the pants that were on the rack. I was like, honestly, some of these were big even before the surgery, so I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to wear any of these today. So I found a pair of pants in our closet, that were basically the same size as most of the other pants I've been wearing, but without the elastic waistband. And so I was like, well, here goes.
Here goes.
It's a blooper from Star Trek Voyager. I love you, Kate Mulgrew.
Oh my God.
I swear to God. Anyway,
here goes.
Here goes. But yeah, I put those on, and because there's no elastics and everything, they were obviously tighter than the other pants that I've been wearing, but not uncomfortably so. And
which is great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Honestly, they felt perfectly fine. So, we're getting to that point where, luckily we do still have some clothes like that.
A lot of clothes.
Yeah, that are, kind of what can be like our transition clothes. So, we're going to be, using those quite a bit again. But yeah, whenever I, took them off the hanger this morning, like, they had that nice little dust spot, where they've been hanging on the hanger for so long. I was just kind of like, well, y'all have been in here for a while, but it may be time to roll again. And sure enough, it was. So
that's why we didn't KonMari our stuff, because I knew that we were going to lose a bunch of weight. And then basically we're going to have to, we can go back to some of these clothes like you're saying. And honestly, that was one of the things that I was most excited about after the surgery is like being able to wear cool clothes. And I think I've mentioned this before.
God, yes.
It's not that you can't find cool clothes at any size, but once you get over a certain size, it becomes more difficult.
It really does. Well, yeah, the thing is that usually you have to like either find like a specialty shop or you just have to kind of shop online and pray.
Oh my gosh, I ordered like triple XL stuff. Triple XL.
Yeah.
Triple XL. And it was still small on me.
I know. And I was just kind of like, come on, people.
Where? How?
And granted, like, Amazon has this thing now, for, like, basically trying out the clothes and all this other stuff. But, I'm kind of like, honest to God, unless you're going to drive somebody over to my house and I'm just going to throw them at somebody, it's like I still have to go somewhere and return it to you, and it's still a pain in the ass. So,
I mean,
but that's the great thing is that, we have, quite a few clothes, I still have some of my clothes from when I first met you.
Yep.
That like when everything's said and done, and it could be a year or more from now, but, when everything is said and done, it's like, I'm going to start rocking that stuff again.
I think it's also a body confidence thing too, because yes, you can find cool clothes at any size. It may be a little bit more difficult, but you really can find clothes for any size. I think it's just, for me, it's also a body confidence issue though, because you go into it thinking like, oh, well, this cool shirt is cool, but I don't like the way that I look in it.
Right.
And so it's not that, one, it's not the right size for your body, or two, that it's not cool. It's just you have these confidence issues with your body and like how it looks. There's certain times where like my spare tire, or as I like to call it, my continental shelf, is like sticking out in a way that I don't like to look at. And honestly, that will probably go away a lot. I mean, I don't know how much, but I'm hoping it goes mostly away. But anyways, like that's I think part of this whole journey.
I was saying the journey, baby.
This journey is like it really is. It's very regimented at the beginning, and it's very like there's a lot of things that you have to consider. But I think like we're already starting to reap some of the benefits from it, and that's just very exciting, especially when we've been sort of stuck in a rut for a little bit, and not just a rut in terms of like the food or the lack of exercise, but just just not feeling confident or not feeling like good about ourselves or about our bodies.
Yeah, because that's the thing is that like, not to keep harping on this point, but like before the surgery, honestly, I wouldn't really want to go out anywhere, and it's like and then now, like, I was texting him yesterday being like, how about we do a bike ride, with the Metro bike share, like, instead of doing the walking and everything, because my shins are about to blow off, like,
the bike riding is only going to be minimally better.
I know, but that's the thing is, I was like, I'm like, how about we do a bike ride, and then it's like I'm watching these YouTube videos from other people in other areas of the world, not sleevers, but just normies, and normal stomached people, and
we
like,
call you normies.
But yeah, and then and it's
Family
like they
Guy.
go on these like adventures and everything, and I'm like, and I'm kind of like, I could actually do that now, and it like I feel like it's only gonna get better, kind of the more confident I get, in my own skin. So, that's, I think, probably the most positive thing to, that I can kind of lead my rant off on. But, but yeah, we're gonna have dinner. We're gonna rock our Flintstones.
Oh crap! I didn't take any of my vitamins today.
Woo, baby.
That's probably also why I feel a little.
Yeah, that would do it. That'd do it right there.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the modern Stone Age
It was hilarious. This one guy was like, well, which one's your favorite? And I'm like, the grape. And he's like, no, the character. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm like, I don't look at the characters before I pop it in the mouth. I'm like, if it's grape, it's going.
Wait, but
What?
So he expects you.
Yeah, to like pop this
To
open
look-
at work and look at who it is.
Also,
and he's like,
they're not clear enough for you to know what they are.
no, exactly. And then like he's sitting there and he's like, whenever I was a kid, I liked to eat all the women. And I'm like, of course you did.
That's cannibalism.
I know. Well, that was the thing is I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, I would, have eaten some of the dudes if they were like any, like just,
I don't know. I kind of had a thing for Barney.
I mean, like, Barney was the only questionable one. Anyway, we're off on tangent.
Well, he seems like he lives in Silver Lake. He's got that like artsy,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he probably has a mustache that curls up like this, and he has like
Oh,
you know,
God.
he has
Honestly,
like a
folks.
farmer's hat, and he has like, you know, he has a dog that was, you know, not farmed or anything. He only eats like, you know,
Kale.
he only eats kale
Yeah,
and like
all kale.
salmon from above like the Tropic of, wait, what is that? Tropic of Capricorn? No. Well, I know Tropic
yeah.
of Cancer is the lower one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the one about Tropic of Capricorn?
Yeah, Capricorn.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
only eats salmon that was caught above the Tropic of Capricorn. You know, he definitely is so fancy that he calls like fucking you from behind Tibetan Mastiff style.
Oh my
You know,
God.
like he's just a
Okay,
fancy
you
dude.
know what? We're done
He's
here,
just a
folks.
fancy dude.
We're done here. Say goodbye
Fred
to the nice
seems
people.
like a legit caveman because that's what he is.
But yeah, say goodbye to the nice people.
Goodbye to the nice people.
God damn it.
What?
All right. Anyway.
I can't believe that got you, but you couldn't do a joke about assume.
No. Tired. Anyway.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
Your mom.
Whatever.
works at
Your mom
McDonald's.
works at McDonald's. Okay.
Which,
anyway.
by the way, when I was younger, I promised my mom and dad that I would buy them a penthouse in Hawaii. And in the bottom floor of it would be the franchise McDonald's that I owned. And then, like, I think it was like a year or two ago, my mom was still like, we're still waiting on that McDonald's penthouse.
It's like I said, whenever we were out driving, I was like, you know what? I could afford some of these houses if I turned to crime.
Not gonna do crime.
No,
just to
not
be
gonna
clear.
do crime. No, it's so not worth it. So, anyway, all right, that's it.
We're gonna do another video a little bit earlier tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
because
do an early upload
Adam
tomorrow.
has to work, and then basically when he gets home from work, I'll be heading out to an event.
Right. So
we'll do it earlier tomorrow.
yeah. So we'll it may be short, but it'll probably be, I'm guessing, after our workout. So we may be like, hi, everybody. Oh my God.
No, I'll just look like I took a shower.
Yeah, we'll both look like we took a freaking
No, you
shower.
don't look like you took a shower.
I do usually.
No, you look like you ran through like a sprinkler.
Oh, okay.
I definitely got doused. Doused, I say, in sweat.
You got gooped.
It was gloopy. What
It was
can I say?
gloopy. But anyway.
All
All
right.
right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.